Hello everyone, welcome to Get My Class. So let's solve this question here. It says, eubacterial antibiotics are mostly obtained from. Option A says Rhizobium species. Option B says Lactobacillus species. Option C says Streptomyces. Option D says Aspergillus. Now let us understand the question. It says eubacterial antibiotics are mostly obtained from. So from which we do obtain antibiotics, and those organisms should be eubacteria. So first of all, what do we mean by eubacteria? Eubacteria is nothing but the true bacteria. Okay? True bacteria. So we have to have examples. Of course, lactobacillus, rhizobium, and you also have here streptomyces. These are all examples of what? Examples of eubacteria. Why? Because these are all true bacteria. Okay. Now let us see. So what does the question say? The question says eubacterial antibiotics are most obtained from. So there are many organisms which produce antibiotics as a defense mechanism. Okay, they try to kill other organisms by producing certain chemicals, and these chemicals are called as antibiotics. So what are antibiotics? Antibiotics are chemicals which are produced as a defense mechanism, So these may not be working against all the types of organisms. These are specific. They only certain group of microorganisms can be killed by the organism produced by certain type of microorganism. So since the question says eubacterial antibiotics, so let us see. Option A is Rhizobium species. Of course, Rhizobium is a new eubacteria, that is true bacteria. But then it does not, like we don't obtain from these, like majority of the antibiotics. Okay, we don't use the antibiotics which are produced by Rhizobium. Of course, they might be producing their own antibiotics to as a defense mechanism, but we don't extract antibiotics from these. Hence, it is ruled out. Option B is Lactobacillus. Lactobacillus is a true bacteria, but then it is mostly used for conversion of the milk into various milk products, as well as this is used as a probiotic. Probiotic in the sense which will keep our intestinal environment, that is flora of microbes, in check. Okay, but then here we don't use lactobacillus for the extraction of antibiotics in high concentration. Okay, so because the antibiotics what it produces, they are not much of use for human consumption. Okay, because we have wide varieties of pathogenic organisms, so the antibiotics which are produced by these may not be very effective. Okay, so that is why we don't use this for production at a large scale, production of antibiotics at a large scale. Option C says Streptomyces. So Streptomyces is a type of actinobacteria, which is a true bacteria. And also this produces lot varieties of antibiotics, like the name itself is Streptomyces. So it also produces antibiotic called streptomycin, neomycin. Okay. So these are all the antibiotics. Various different types of antibiotics are produced by this, and this is the type of organism by which most of the antibiotics are produced by this. So we can say yes. Option D is Aspergillus. So Aspergillus, of course, it is utilized. This is a fungi, so it is not a bacteria. First of all, so we can just discard it. But let me tell you one of its use. It is used for the production of citric acid. It is used for the production of citric acid. Okay. So the correct option is option C, that is Streptomyces. So let us conclude. What is the answer? The answer is option C, that is Streptomyces, which is a true bacteria which can be utilized for the production of most of the antibiotics here. I hope you understood the explanation. Thank you, everyone.